What's going on, family? This is Scrapbook Boxing, Museum of the Forgotten Fisticuffs series. We're going to continue with round 2 of the Colored Heavyweight Championships. Now, October 21st, 1902, Jack Johnson would defeat Denver Ed Martin for the Colored Heavyweight Championship. And he would get an opportunity to face Canadian World Heavyweight Champion Tommy Burns in 1908, Sydney, Australia. And he would defeat Tommy Burns and become the brand new World Heavyweight Champion. But he must relinquish his Colored Heavyweight Championship belt. And the two logical contenders would be Joe Jeanette of Hoboken, New Jersey, and Sam McVeigh, Oxnard, California. And they would face one another February 20th, 1909. But there would be a fighter waiting in the wings. One of the most feared. I have him ranked number 1 of the greatest fighters of all times. Sam Langford will be waiting for his shot. And I want to go through that fight, but I want to go through it with you, right here, on the Museum of the Forgotten Fisticuffs series. Great fighters. Joe Jeanette, fantastic fighter. He would become the Colored Heavyweight Champion in 1909. But fighters that preceded him, that carried that belt, would be Charles C. Smith, Morris Grant, Charles Hadley, George Godfrey, Peter Jackson, Bob Armstrong, Frank Childs, George Byers, Denver Ed Martin, Jack Johnson. Sam McVeigh will get an opportunity to face Joe Jeanette, 1909. Now, Joe Jeanette was born on August 26, 1879, North Bergen, New Jersey. He died July 2nd, 1958, in Weehawken, New Jersey. He stood 5 foot 10 inches and weighed 185 to 205 pounds. He was managed by Dan McKirtrick. He was known as being a member of the Foursome Blacks. Sam Langford, Jack Johnson, Sam McVeigh, Joe Jeanette. I myself include Harry Wells. Now, during Joe Jeanette's reign, he would face great fighters such as Jack Johnson, who was the Colored Heavyweight Champion and World Heavyweight Champion. George Compantier, Light Heavyweight Champion of the world, who would be defeated by African American Balansiki. Sam Langford, perhaps the greatest fighter who has ever laced on a pair of gloves. George Cole, outstanding African American fighter. Sam McVeigh, Colored Heavyweight Champion. Black Bill, Big Bill Tate, Arthur Perkley, just to name a few. These are all Hall of Famers and outstanding fighters. Now, Joe Jeanette fought Jack Johnson 7 times. He fought Sam Langford 3 times. He would fight Sam Langford in an outstanding bout in the defense of his Colored Heavyweight Championship. Now, Joe Jeanette will beat Sam McVeigh in a brutal 49 rounds. It lasts 3 hours, and he earned a purse of $6,000. Subsequently, Sam Langford claimed the title during Jeanette's reign after Jack Johnson refused to defend his title against him for the World Heavyweight Championship. So Sam Langford, September 6, 1910, would be the colored heavyweight champion of the world. Sam Langford was known as the Boston Tar Baby, Bone Crusher, fascinating fighter. Sam Langford would defend his claim to the title by beating Joe Jeanette on points in 15 rounds. Now, Sam Langford would hold this title for 753 days. And he would eventually lose his title to Harry Wills. And they fought many times. But Sam Langford was feared by many. He only stood 5'7", same height as Tommy Burns, former heavyweight champion. But he would terrorize the heavyweight division. Sam Langford was born March 4th, 1883, Westmouth, Nova Scotia, Canada. He died January 12th, 1956, in Cambridge, Massachusetts. He stood 5'7", some say 8 inches. He weighed 139 to 204 pounds. Now, he would face great fighters such as Joe Gans, Harry Wills, and Gunbo Smith, Joe Jeanette, Kid Norfolk, Jack Blackburn, Larry Temple, Bill Langford, George Gother, Dixie Kid, George Elbow McFadden, Jeff Clark, Tom Bearcat McHammond, Jack Thompson, Dan Porky Flynn, John Lester Johnson, Theodore Tiger Flowers, Fireman Jim Flynn, Big Bill Tate. He would enter the Boxing Hall of Fame in 1955 and be inducted into the International Hall of Fame in 1990. Now let's go back to a few of his opponents. Theodore Tiger Flowers would be middleweight champion of the world when he defeated Harry Greb, 1926. Fireman Jim Flynn would knock out Jack Dempsey in the very first round. He would face Jack Johnson and Sam Langford many times. Jack Blackburn would be perhaps one of the greatest trainers in boxing history, training Joe Louis, who defended his championship belt 25 times and held the title for 11 and a half years. Philadelphia Jack O'Brien, who would become light heavyweight champion. Joe Gans, who would become lightweight champion of the world. Harry Wills, who would hold the colored heavyweight championship bout. Joe Jeanette, who would hold the colored heavyweight championship bout. Sam McVeigh, who would also hold the colored heavyweight championship bout. He would face young Peter Jackson. Just to name a few. Fantastic fighter was Sam Langford. He dominated every weight from lightweight to heavyweight. He would hold the heavyweight championship of Mexico and Australia. He was one of the greatest fighters of all times. Jeanette and Sam McVeigh and Jack Johnson and Sam Langford. Outstanding fighters who would hold the colored heavyweight strap. Sam Langford would have to defend his title. He would defend it against Harry Wells. So on round 3 of Colored Heavyweight Championships, stay tuned. This is Scrapbook Boxing, Museum of the Forgotten Fisticuffs series. Salute to the Colored Heavyweight Champions. Jack Johnson, Sam McVeigh, Jeanette, Sam Langford. Salute to my subscribers. Salute to these great fighters. I'm going to be covering all the colored champions from heavyweight to lightweight. Thanks for hanging in there with me. Salute.